Hello you guys, welcome back to the channel. So I'm going grocery shopping today and doing some errands, getting gas, go to the bank, all of that. Normally I would do this on Friday anyway, but today there seems to be a little bit more of an urgency. Not that I really need much other than my normal stuff, but we have a storm coming in, so I got something from the city, so I wanted to go over it with you because I think these are all good tips and, you know, we could all use those, right? Okay, so the first one is, they say to have before disaster strikes, is flashlights and extra batteries. And a portable, battery-operated radio and extra batteries. A first aid kit and first aid material. Emergency food and water, which, yeah, absolutely. A non-electric can opener. This really trips people up. If all you have is an electric can opener, go to Goodwill or somewhere that's cheap and find a can opener that's just a manual one, like something you would take camping. Okay, and cash and credit cards. So this is important because if you have to, you know, leave your house, maybe you don't have your phone, maybe, you know, whatever. At least if you have your cash, your credit cards, you can, you know, get something at the store and whatnot. And the other thing with the cash is, I know this is important because since we have lived out where we live, there's been 2 different times where the stores that are nearest to us do not have the ability to do credit or debit. So that's where the cash part comes in. It's super important. We live quite a ways out of a metropolis area, but you know, you never know. If the power goes down, if you know, telephone poles, all of that stuff. If anything like that happens, it's going to be mayhem, and you're going to want to have some cash on hand, right? Okay, so that's what the city said. We do live in a flood-prone area, but what's coming in right now, we've had many days of heavy rain. I live in the Pacific Northwest, and so what they're talking about is we had the heavy rains, and today we're going to be expecting snow, and then it's going to drop and continue snowing. So then we're going to have ice and snow, and everything's already saturated, yada yada. And so that's what we're looking at, is a few days of nobody's going anywhere because it's going to be a skating rink, right? Because of all this moisture. So anyway, I just wanted to say, you know, just be vigilant, you know, be thinking about, it's winter time, so you know, storms and whatnot are kind of hazardous. They can be really dangerous if we're not prepared. And also, just on a mama note, if you're looking at, you might be losing power and whatnot, you may want to get your dishes done, your laundry done, maybe run the vacuum, that kind of stuff, because those things get backed up in those kinds of situations. And if we don't have power for a few days, it's just more convenient to do them beforehand, right? Anyway, just some tips. Now I'm gonna go grocery shopping, and then I'll let you know what I got and show you the haul. Okay, I finally made it out to the car. Whew. So I don't know if you've ever been in a Winco, but the lines, because of the storm coming up, were all the way to the back wall and like around the corner. So it took me 45 minutes just to get to the checker, and then another 15 minutes to get through it. Anyway, now I'm back, and this was probably 2 hours ago when I started this whole process, and I didn't even get that much. I'll show you when I get home. Okay, when I get home, I'll show you everything I got, explain what I'm doing with it, but I'm gonna get the heck out of town. Okay guys, I made it home. So I got everything laid out on the counter. I'll take you through it, show you everything I got, what the prices were, you know, what I'm going to do with some of it. I was going to get some 99-cent chicken at Albertsons, at Albertsons today. I decided not to go because their parking lot was also really full, and I didn't want to spend another 2 hours in the store. So I thought, well, I'll catch it on the next sale, I guess. Now, you'll notice that I don't think I have any meat in this grocery haul. And the way I do that is I do like what I was going to do today, and I'll get meat when it's on sale, but I'll buy maybe 10, 20, 30 pounds of that thing. So I've got a lot of meat in my freezer. So if you're wondering why this isn't like a complete, you know, grocery haul, I guess, that's why. Is because I'm able to do these kind of eclectic grocery hauls because of the way I shop. So anyway, I'll flip this around and show you what I got. Okay, so we're going to start with the produce. So I got the 4 avocados, and they were 68 cents a piece, so they were $2.72 for all of those. And we just eat these. I have a couple of extra ones. What I'm going to do is put these in the fridge and then maybe put 1 or 2 up here in this little holder. But sometimes I'll make guacamole with them, but a lot of times we just eat them. So got those, and then the little Roma tomatoes. So I like those. I like these Romas because they aren't as watery as like a regular beefsteak tomato or whatever. So that's generally what I get if I get tomatoes. But they were $1.69 a pound, so these were $3.11 for those 4. And that's the other thing, is with these, I mean, I'll use them in stuff or for sandwiches or whatever, but a lot of times I'll just eat them. I'll just cut them in quarters and, you know, put some salt on them. And let's see. We've got the lemons, and we do a lot of lemon water in this house. So they were 33 cents a piece, and I got 10 of them, so actually I think I got 12 of them. Anyway, $3.96 for those. And the limes, same scenario. I use that in stuff a lot of times, or if I have something that I want to have onions and cilantro, I put some lime with it. It's delicious, like for tacos or whatever. And the limes were also 33 cents a piece, so that was $1.32. The bananas were 65 cents a piece. Not a piece, I'm sorry, a pound. And so it was $4.47 for those. Those we use for smoothies and just for eating. So the celery, if you've been with me for a while, you know that I buy quite a bit of celery each week. So it was $1.28 for each stalk, and I got 10 of them, so it's $12.80. So we use these for juicing, and that's why we buy so many. So I figure it is $12 a week, roughly, but it's a lot cheaper than medical bills. That's how I see it. So it's just, you know, one of those things. So the potatoes were $2.28 for this little 5-pound bag, and I do have a few potatoes left, but you never know. We go through spurts with potatoes. Sometimes we go through a lot, and sometimes we won't go through any for a while, but with these, I can keep them fresh for quite a while. I just put them in like the paper bags and put them in a little basket in my pantry. They'll last for a long time, so I'm not worried about that. So the next thing is we've got these apples, and my husband takes one with him every day to work, and then we just eat them. But they were 98 cents a pound, and they were $3.11. The yams, I put these in my smoothies. I cook them up and then put them in smoothies because I don't like them. And so it's a good way for me to get them without even noticing I'm eating them. So that's the beauty of smoothies, right? All right, so back here we've got a carton of eggs. It's an 18-pack. For $4.14. That seems pretty high to me. I don't know. Anyway, that's what it was, for $4.14. And then the wafers were a complete, absolute impulse purchase. They were 98 cents for each one. So I got vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate. Funny thing is I was in the line so long, and I was standing by these for like 10 minutes. Anyway, so I got 3. One of each flavor, but they were 98 cents. So, yeah, they are delicious anyway, and they'll get eaten. So, these sesame sticks, what I want to do is make some homemade Chex Mix. And I got these. I was going to get some cereal, you know, to use with that. And a couple of other things, although the cereal was $5 or $6 a box, and they didn't have the Chex in the, you know, in the bulk section. And so, we're going to wait on that until I can get that a little cheaper. But in the meantime, we have these. So, the next up is the craisins. I got quite a few, actually. We really like them. And I've got some shelled sunflower seeds. And I love the taste of, like just putting a little bit in a little bowl, the craisins and the shelled sunflower seeds. The flavor of them together, you guys gotta try it. It's amazing. It's like this little pick-me-up. It's just delicious. Okay, and the tea back here, the Sleepy Time tea, that's my favorite. And I'm almost out of it, so I got 2 of those. They weren't on a very good sale. They were on sale, but they were still $2.98 a piece. And half and half back here was $4.98, and that I use for my coffee. And up here we've got the Gorgonzola cheese. We use this for salads, or I don't know. We just love blue cheese, so it's delicious. And we got some, and it was $2.48, so it was a pretty good price on it. It's only 5 ounces, but this is good clear till June. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but anyway, it's good and we use it, so it's not a bad purchase. Let's see. This sugar back here, I got some raw sugar for my coffee. And so you can see it's I don't know how you say it, Demerara, I don't know. Anyway, it's raw sugar. And it's the kind of sugar they have for you at Starbucks. And it's just delicious. By the way, I haven't been to Starbucks for years, just so you know. It's not like I go there all the time. It's just, that's how everybody knows what that sugar is because that's where they have it. All right, and the next one we have this, let's see. We have the chocolate syrup, and that was $4.34. I got the Simply 5. It only has a couple of ingredients. And so that one is a little bit more expensive and it's smaller. But my husband likes to put that in his coffee in the morning on his way to work. And the maple syrup I got because we were out. And real maple syrup is expensive, but we don't go through it that much. My daughter-in-law uses some of it for her coffee, and we use it when we have pancakes. We don't use a whole lot. So, $7.98 is what that was. And I know it's kind of spendy, but we won't buy it again for, a while because we don't go through it that often. Okay, so the next up is this tomato sauce. Now, these are 8-ounce cans. I don't know about you guys. I mean, in recipes, I've read 8-ounce cans before. I don't know that I've ever seen them. I'm sure I have. I don't know. I guess I just never noticed. But these were 28 cents for the 8-ounce cans, so I got 10 of them to put in our stock. And so the 15-ounce cans, which is basically just twice as big as this, was on sale, strangely enough, for 87 cents. Isn't that nuts? It's just the craziest thing. So you could get 3 of these for the price of 1. I don't know how to, anyway. Yeah, they were a lot more expensive to get the bigger cans. So I got a bunch of these little ones, which is perfect because you don't always need a whole can, you know. All right. And then the ramen I got because we were out, and that was 28 cents a piece. And so for 16 of them, I got the beef and the pork. Those are our favorite. Actually, my husband will eat anything I put in front of him. These are my favorite, to be fair. $4.48. And then this pie crust. You know, I've actually never used a ready-made pie crust, but there's 2 of them in here. And they're good through February. And they were only 98 cents. And so I thought, well, I'll give it a shot. So this is what this looks like. And like I said, there's no meat in this because I have a whole freezer full of meat. So we're good there. I was going to get the chicken, but like I said, there was no way I was going to stand another 2-hour-long line because of this storm. Everybody's freaking out. And this is just my normal shopping day. But anyway, this is what this looks like. Again. There we go. And this total was $96. Now, some of this stuff I'm not going to have to buy again for a while. Certainly not this month. So it's okay that it was a little more expensive. Like the maple syrup, the sugar, I don't know. Probably the blue cheese, you know, some of the stuff. So it's okay that it was a little more expensive. But I won't have to buy it next week. So yeah, this was $96, which seems ridiculous, but it is what it is right now, right? Inflation and all. So still $4 under budget, not bad. If I would have gotten the chicken, I probably would have spent about $20 over budget, but that's fine because next week I'll probably be under budget. So it all evens out in the end. As long as I'm within my budget for the month, I'm okay if I go up on a weekly basis because I'll go down on another week. Anyway, so yeah, 96 bucks, that's what that was. And I didn't get the chicken, but you know, you can't have it all. Anyway, let me know if you guys have a winter storm thing going on. And what part of the country do you guys live in? I've seen that in the east, they are really looking at a lot of either flooding or freezing or snow, all of the above. That's kind of what we're looking at right here too. So let me know what area you're in and if you're expecting any winter weather and what you're doing to prepare yourself. Not just for this storm going on right now, but just in general. Are you stocking up on food and water? Are you making bug out bags? By the way, do you have one? I do not have any bug out bags, but I have all the stuff to put in them. I've just never put one together. So let me know if you have, and if that's something that you are, that you do on a regular basis. I will see you in the next video. All right, bye.